Hey everybody, it's Chef Matt Steigerwald welcoming you to Wilson's Ciderhouse and Venue here on the lovely Wilson's Orchard outside of Iowa City. Here at the Ciderhouse, we know the value of making sure our products are as fresh and local as possible. That's why we use any number of local farms and producers and growers. Every day we have up to a dozen people we're pulling stuff from. It makes for better food, keeps the money in the local economy, from eggs to vegetables to meats even. We grow stuff here on the orchard as well. We grow blueberries, strawberries, sweet corn, and of course amazing apples. And what we don't grow here, we get locally.
The food and drink that we offer here at the Ciderhouse, it really belies a lot of agricultural efforts. Key to those efforts are nutrient cycling, diversity, and great flavor and nutrition, okay? And we try to bring those together in some very concrete ways and in ways that we're still learning. But first of those, in terms of nutrient cycling, we do things like taking our apple pumice, that's the left byproduct of pressing apples, running that through the rumens of sheep or the bellies of pigs, and in the process, enriching the soils that those critters inhabit. The diversity of crops that we plant and raise is also very critical to our quest to be a sustainable, regenerative farm. We plant a wide variety of stuff, primarily horticultural things, but also increasingly things like flowers, livestock, pigs, chickens, sheep. And you will see that we make a lot of different products. We don't skimp. We do a lot of stuff the old school way. We make our own pies, we make our own turnovers, we make our own cider, and increasingly we make our own meat-based products. This is critical because you can talk all you want about being sustainable, but if it's not economically sustainable, it won't last long.
So when we get these local meats and vegetables products in, we try to show off their greatness, but also use the artistry that we've developed over years here at the restaurant to bring the best thing to the table. So it's kind of a team sport here. Local farmers, really good chefs in the kitchen. We take stuff, we make it from scratch. We make everything from scratch here, and it really shows itself in something as simple as a hamburger up to something a little more involved. Braised pork shoulder with grits that are sourced in Iowa, roasted apples that are from the orchard itself. It really spans the whole menu. And with the hamburger, for example, we're using hamburger ground locally. We do it on Wilson's buns, made right here at the Wilson's Bakery. Again, we're using local cheeses, really thin, shaved local onions. We're even making our own yellow mustard right now. So once we get all those things together, we can really make a fantastic burger for you.
What's going on, everybody? Greg here with Wilson's Orchard Farm, sitting here behind the bar at Wilson's Ciderhouse and Venue. The history of cider is a pretty deep one in the US. Apples, as we know them, came across the ocean with early settlers, and with that, their tradition of taking the juice from those apples and fermenting them into alcohol. As westward expansion was happening, the Homestead Act said you actually needed 50 apple trees to be planted on your farmstead within the first year of claiming your land. And with that, Iowa became one of the top apple producers around that time. And we're proud to uphold those traditions here at Wilson's Ciderhouse and Venue. One thing we love about cider is that it's so diverse. It can be anything from the easy drinking crushable ciders like Honeycrisp or Cherry Crush to the more nuanced wine-like ciders like Kvike or Wild Ferment. Cider and food pair really well with each other. The natural higher acids in ciders can often do great with fattier meats and creamy cheeses. And if you find yourself with a dry, fruity cider, that often will do great with a fish or poultry dish, much like a white wine would. Some of you may already be familiar with some of our experimental ciders like Wild Ferment, Kvike, and Oak Aged. But this year, we're really excited to bring out what we are calling the Wilson's Ciderhouse series, which where we've taken those ideas and what we've learned from those projects, expanding upon them, and giving some really fun, unique ciders to pour on the draft lines here and pair greatly with the food Matt's putting out of the kitchen. As we do expand the Ciderhouse series, one thing to keep a lookout for are ciders that we're using cider-specific fruit. So these are gonna be your bitter sweets and your bitter sharps of the world. One that I won't shut up about is Yarlington Mill. We also have a bunch of Dabinett, but what those two apples specifically do is bring a lot of tannin to the party, and with those, a bunch of phenols. The tannins on these fruit act much more like a red wine than they would a white wine. So these ciders that are using the Yarlington Mill and the Dabinett often will pair much better with a beef dish or lamb, like our obviously a hamburger or the lamb meatballs that we'll have on the menu. As a cider maker, not only are we worrying about how good the product's going to taste, but also how the consumer is going to be enjoying that product. Not only are we releasing the Ciderhouse series, but we're also rolling out what we're calling the Orchard series. This series is going to be released in 750 ml glass bottles, have zero residual sugar, so it's going to be straight dry, much more like a wine than what we know as cider here in Iowa, and will be perfect, absolutely perfect for kicking off a meal here at Wilson Ciderhouse. The very important thing about that series, it is using only apples, and I can just not stress that enough, only apples that are grown right at our orchard here at Wilson's Orchard and Farm. So as you're here at Wilson's Ciderhouse, maybe sitting on the patio, you can see exactly where the fruit in that glass came from. The rosé, we'll be doing not only a Ciderhouse release of the rosé, but also aging that rosé on oak for a while. And those blackberries and blueberries from that are coming from right over my shoulder there on the farm.
Hey guys, my name's Laura and I am the events manager here at Wilson's Ciderhouse. I've been working out at Wilson's for about 4 years now and 2 years in my current role as events manager. And it's been super fun to see this company grow, as well as to see kind of how we've expanded on the events that we're able to do out here. So we typically do a mix of mostly weddings, but also some corporate events such as university graduation celebrations or holiday parties in the winter. But we also do a lot of hosted events as well, so you can come out and join us for our annual wassail party here in March, or we've also got some farm-to-table dinners or some themed dinners throughout the year, so keep an eye out for those. Some of the cool features of our venue are that we are located on the beautiful Wilson's Orchard and Farm. Traditionally, most people know it as an orchard, but we've definitely expanded into a lot more. So when you're out here for an event, you'll get to see the beautiful farm in the background and kind of catch it throughout different seasons in the year. It's really beautiful. Some of our other features are that we have a beautiful kind of rustic industrial space here featuring a lot of old barnwood, and it's a really great backdrop. A lot of our couples like to say that it makes it easy for them because they don't have to do a ton of decorating. The space is kind of beautiful and cozy on its own. So one of my favorite things about working out here is that we get some couples out here who have a lot of memories from the orchard throughout the years, and they specifically choose this venue because they want that personal tie-in that they have with the orchard over the years. And then it's also very exciting for them to not only be able to have some local food on the menu, but to have on tap our Wilson's hard cider that's made with apples that are grown just right outside the door here. So the venue here at Wilson's Ciderhouse is a great fit for events ranging from 50 people up to 225 people. And our staff will take care of all of the setup, tear down, as well as all of the catering and bartending. So it makes it pretty easy for you guys. You can just pick what you want to have and do any decorating that you would like to do, but our staff will take care of all the rest. One of my personal favorite aspects of our venue is our beautiful outdoor ceremony site. Couples really love being able to say their vows just outside the door here and then have the beautiful orchard setting in the background for their guests. It's also fully shaded after about 3 p.m. so their guests don't have to sit in the hot sun. And then once the ceremony's done, they can come just back up the hill, grab a drink, and kind of enjoy the rest of the night. Obviously, I am biased about our food here, but it is hands down one of the top pieces of feedback that I get, not only from our clients, but also from vendors that have the opportunity to come out here and work. Everybody just says that the food here is incredible, and that is because we are making it on site. It's coming out hot, it's coming out fresh, it's not sitting in a hot box all day, and that's really important to us, and that's something that we've come to be known for.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Romstad and I'm the banquet chef here at Wilson's Ciderhouse and Venue. I work in conjunction with Matt Steigerwald. Together we've built a wide range of catering options, showcasing all of our local Iowa products and Midwest favorite dishes. Much like our restaurant, our banquet food items are all prepared in-house. Every recipe is scratch made with the highest quality of ingredients. If you've dined with us in the restaurant, then you're already aware of all of our high standards and the attention of detail that we put into all of our food. My favorite time with guests is during the tasting menu portion. This gives us a chance to get to know you more personally, really learn how to customize the menu for your event, and also allows us to showcase our dedication and passion for your event. All of our food is served piping hot, fresh from the oven. Everything is prepared and plated from the minute it comes out of the oven right onto the plate and taken straight to the guest. Your hosted event here is a combination of both the beautiful venue and our food that is prepared fresh with local ingredients and sustainable food sources.
So we hope to see you out here. You know, we are doing, like I said, local products left and right, doing great things with them, everything from the meat down to the bread. And we'd love to have you out here to see what we're doing. I think you'd be really happy, and we'd love to make dinner for you.